Rishi Sunak breaks convention to stomp out Harry's false charge by UK government at rock bottom. Recently, at the trial of the MGN case, Prince Harry dragged the British government in to criticize. He believes that the British government is at the bottom of the cliff and is being condemned. This made Rishi Sunak unhappy, although there was an agreement not to attack the British royal family amongst politicians, but Rishi still spoke out against the prince, who left the country because of his reputation. He thinks the prince should be banished and stripped of all related titles. Prince Harry has said Rishi Sunak's government is at rock bottom and avoids scrutiny by getting in bed with friendly newspapers. The prince once again broke with royal protocol by using his appearance in the phone hacking trial to criticize a serving government. He said democracy in the UK was threatened because British media outlets were working with the government to maintain the status quo. Harry told the High Court that our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which I believe are at rock bottom. He used his witness statement in the phone hacking court case against MGN to suggest British newspapers work closely with ministers to defend vested interests. Democracy fails when your press fails to scrutinize and hold the government accountable and instead choose to get into bed with them so they can ensure the status quo. Sunak's spokesperson said, "You've heard repeatedly from the Prime Minister on the state of the country and his priorities, but I'm not going to draw into something commenting specifically on that." The prince suggested that he had a moral duty to hold the British media to account. They claim to hold public figures to account, but refuse to hold themselves accountable. If they're supposedly policing society, who on earth is policing them? When even the government is scared of alienating them because position is power, it's incredibly worrying for the entire UK. Harry called on British journalists to expose those in the media who had stolen or hijacked the privileges and powers of the press or used illegal or unlawful means for their own gain and agendas. The prince was appearing at the High Court to give evidence against the publisher of the Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror, and People tabloids. He said media intrusion had left him paranoid and alleged journalists working for newspapers hacked his phone and committed other legal acts to obtain stories about his private life. Rishi Sunak leapt to the defense of Britain's global reputation today after an astonishing attack on his government by Prince Harry. The Prime Minister used interviews on a trip to the US to say the UK government was doing great things internationally. His defense came after the Duke of Sussex used a historic appearance as a witness at the High Court to say the government's global standing was at rock bottom. Giving evidence in a phone hacking case against MGN, the US-based prince broke the convention of royals not commenting on politics. Quote, "On a national level, at the moment, our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which I believe are at rock bottom." Asked about the comments in Washington, D.C. today, Mr. Sunak refused to break the mere convention of politicians not commenting on royal affairs. But speaking to the BBC, he said, "I'm pleased to announce today £14 billion of investment from US companies into the UK, supporting thousands of jobs." So I think that demonstrates the strength of our US relationship in particular, but look around the world. We are the first European country to join the CPTPP trade partnership, and alongside Australia and America, a new UK-US defense partnership. So I think we are doing great things internationally, and people are noticing that, not at least that with our leadership on Ukraine. Harry was today grilled over a boozy night at a sleazy strip joint and accused of speculating once again after admitting he was not sure if his phone was hacked. The Duke is suing Mirror Group newspaper for damages over claims journalists at its titles used hacking, blagging, and other legal means of deception to write 140 articles published between 1996 and 2010. He repeatedly clashed with the KC representing the publisher during the second day of a grueling cross-examination. Andrew Green told the prince after one fractious exchange, "Could I just repeat what I said yesterday? This is about me asking you questions, not you asking me questions." Meanwhile, Harry repeatedly pushed back against the barrister's line of questioning, telling him several times, "I'll take your word for it."